I see you.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you everyone for joining us for day number 6 in our Kwanzaa Moment. I'm Barbara Gibson and my husband Larry Gibson, and known in Swahili as
Kamau.
Kamau.
Ayo, Menaichi.
Abarigani.
Habarigani. Habarigani.
Hope you all are joining in. Habarigani.
You know what the saying is for today, don't you? I know most of you have done some digging, some researching.
The homework.
Yes, your homework. Today's principle is, say it. Say it. Kuumba.
Kuumba.
Kuumba. Kuumba.
So what's the news?
What's the news? Kuumba. And it means creativity.
Mary, hey cuz.
Creativity. The first day of Kwanzaa, we dealt with umoja, which meant unity. The second day, we dealt with kujichagulia, which means self-determination. The third day, we dealt with ujima, which is collective work and responsibility. The fourth day was ujama, means cooperative economics. The fifth day was nia, which means purpose. And today, our sixth day, we're dealing with Kuumba, creativity.
Can I throw something in real quick?
Real quick.
Okay, I won't steal too much of your thunder time. Creativity. I never saw myself as a creative person, but I don't know if it was just career time that got in the way and things, obligations that I was really tied to, responsibilities that I had to fulfill. But I will say, since I've gone into retirement and loving it, I think I found my creativity. My passion is photography. I didn't see myself necessarily as being creative in that aspect. I don't draw. I can't paint. And I guess my form of painting is painting with light, which is what the camera does. It actually does your painting for you with light, along with the way your eye sees an image or a scene or a composition or whatever. So for me, I think I'm just kind of starting to come into my creativity at, this late age or this late stage in life. But I guess I'm still breathing. My eyes are still open. So there's always still time. So I'm saying that. So if there's anybody else that was maybe at one time feeling like me, that you're not that creative kind of person, you're not crafty, you don't do this, you don't do that. I think there's a corner of creativity in all of us. It's just a matter, I think, tapping into it. And so once I had that time that I could solely devote to it, which is the time that I have right now, being in retirement, I've been able to kind of tap into my creativity. So that was my creativity statement. Carry on.
She's funny.
Had to throw that in.
As customary, when you start the Kwanzaa celebration, we're always mindful of the elders, and I know there are those that are out in our cyber audience. That's funny for me. Look, technology.
It's here to stay. It's here to stay.
But I'm asking for permission from the elders out there to start our celebration, our acknowledgement and observation of things that we need to do to grow together as a people.
You know what they can do? If you are an elder, if you are over 69, send us a heart. Just tap a heart right now, and you'll be giving us permission to start.
Ashe. Okay.
So there should be somebody. I'm looking up there. Boo Jones? I guess not. Huh. Okay.
Yeah, you're an elder.
Boo, we'll take it. So we aren't getting anybody else to tap us a heart, but we're going to go ahead and start with it anyway.
Anyhow, what we're going to do, since we've gotten the permission, I'm sure, from one of the elders out there.
Richard Press. Yes.
Okay.
Richard, tap a heart so we can start with the libation. Oh, thumbs up. Tap a heart. We're waiting on Richard Press. I'll throw you in the bus.
You say you have permission. Thank you.
I'm sorry, Richard.
She doesn't have her glasses on.
Don't have on the rest of my eyes. Thanks, Richard.
We appreciate you.
Love you.
So what we do, since we have permission from the elder, we're going to first, and everything is on the short side because of time limitation, and this isn't an actual. It's just a prep into. And as shared before, this isn't something that we have to wait to develop or to get into in December the 26th, which is the first day of Kwanzaa. We acknowledge it from December the 26th to January the 1st. But this is something that we should be cracking into every day of our lives, and especially to our young people, to help give them direction, to help instill wisdom, to help instill a attitude of Harambe, let's pulling together through the spirit of Umoja, which is unity. We need to encompass all of these principles and more than those, but we're just trying to develop 7. If we can work those to its fullest, I mean, we've accomplished mighty things. So, and again, this is repetitive. I'm sure some of you say, oh, I done heard it yesterday, the day before that, well, you don't get it again. That's how we really embrace a lot of, what's in reinforce. We reinforce what we've shared during the time. And I'm sure that even though we may be using these terminologies, it's something that our people may not have called it by those names, but they were developing those kind of principles in us as we were growing up, as we were living. I know that old school did, so I don't know what, a lot of the, parents, are doing now, but it's time for us to, like Dr. Karenga said in 1966, it's time for us to go back into the center of the circle and start developing and reestablishing what was given from our ancestors. So we'll start the celebration by pouring libation, from the Kuumba, the unity cup, acknowledging our connectedness with the Creator and our connectedness with His creation, not just other human beings, dealing with our humanity. He's also telling us that we are at one with nature, the trees, grass, everything that lives is a part of who we be, so we should acknowledge, and I'm not saying worship, but I'm saying to be mindful of our connectivity and our responsibility for being in tune or of one accord in everything that we do. So as now we're talking about, global warming and global upheaval, within the elements on the earth, something created the negative, side effects of what we are getting or about to, the geostorms and stuff that are about to embark upon mankind. So, if we had been in tune and doing the things that were necessary to keep everything balanced, then we wouldn't be struggling, now trying to fix what we broke. So we pour libation, that water, I utilize water for symbolism of purity and growth. And some other people use different, liquids like wine or liqueur. You can utilize anything you want to, it's on you. but to signify, our togetherness with the Most High and with one another. Then we'll light the candles, to represent the principles for every day. This is technology too. This thing. This thing.
The lighter. There you go. Yeah,
there we go. We light the candle, the middle one, to represent us as a people, the black candle. Then we go to the right to light for Kujichagalea, the self-determination. Then we go to the other side to the green to light the candle that represents Ujima, collective work and responsibility. Then we go back to the other side to light the candle for Ujama, cooperative economics. Then we come back to the green side and light the candle for Nia, which is purpose. And then we come back to the red side to light the fifth day, 5, 6, Kuumba.
Kuumba, today.
And again, the Mikeka is the mat that we put our display items on. And the Mkeka is a traditional statement saying as a straw mat to depict that we as a people come from Africa. And the Kanara represents our togetherness as a people, which houses the Mishuma Saba, the candles, which represents the principles. Look at the Bandera, our liberation flag, the red, black, and green. The black is for us as a people. The red is for our struggle. Red is for the taking of lives and loss of lives of our loved ones, our ancestors, those back in the day and today. The green is for the earth, the place of our birth, the beginnings, and then even here, this place that we have helped to develop and to grow into, a mighty nation. So they say. And the green also represents a insightful vision of our future, and especially coming through our young people. And if we grow them up right, then our future would be bright. Mm-hmm. So we're looking at the bunzu, the ears of corn that represent our children and our families. The mazo are the fruits and the vegetables to represent the harvest. And then there's bowl too. I'm going to put this word out there because it says that words are powerful. So in this bowl too, with the harvest, are our children. And what else? I'm going to cut it short. That was some of the tidbits of why we are gathered today to acknowledge Kuumba, creativity. And there is something about where it says on being on one accord and oneness of heart, oneness of mind. My wife was sharing some things, about her even stepping out late and developing this passion that was in her all the time, but she didn't see it. She didn't know it. And there's a term among our people, African people, it's called kumtia wakati. And it means seize the moment. So if she had gotten it earlier on in her life, would have been good. But she's still living, and she's come to the place of reckoning even now. So she's, taking advantage of the moments. She got it, she may think she gotten it late, but she still got it. And that's a good thing, because that's what she has, and that's what she's willing to give out, it's still going to be manifested as a good thing, a productive thing for us as a people. Now, George Washington Carver, that elder said, you know, there is a purpose for everything. Everything. The peanut was just a peanut until he got his hands on it. And then once he, you know, started working that peanut, some of the things that, I mean, we still don't even know fully because we don't know the completeness of our story. There's some things that he invented and created with that peanut that we're just coming to terms with, to realize or to know that it was all something that he had his hand on. And that same talent, those same skills, those same unique abilities resides in each and every one of us.
And can I throw one more thing out about creativity?
Yeah.
Okay.
Throw it out there.
Here we go. And speaking of creativity, now I want to show you all something. I have one of the most creative barbers. I have to give a shout out to my barber, Danita Tucker from Solar Salons in Newport News, Danita's Barbershop. Danita, if you're catching it now or catching it on the replay, I want to give you a shout out. I got a creative haircut today. Stepping into the new year with a fresh cut. Can you see my part? Is it in there?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It's in there.
So I went all the way with my creativity. Got me a creative haircut today. So I thought I'll just throw that out there and shouting out my barber, Danita Tucker, Solar Salons in Newport News. And she's an amazing barber. But don't try to get up in there on the 2nd and the 4th Thursday between 9 and 10 because that's my appointment. Y'all can have the rest of the time.
Ashe. So in dealing with the Kwanzaa piece, I take it dearly because it's important, and there are some things that I seriously feel bad about. You know, when I'm thinking about or this time, and when I look out into the world and see our children, and I don't know about many of you, but I know some of you do, and especially letting you know those that really don't know me. Nobody can tell you really about who Larry Kamal Gibson is, but Larry Kamal Gibson. You know, if you want to know about me, you have to talk to me, because some people will tell you how I used to be. You know, they still embrace that thing. They won't let me be free. They still trying to keep me in bondage, you know, to my past, and I won't allow it, you know. And even today, what you see me now, tomorrow, well, matter of fact, not even tomorrow, later on today, matter of fact, in the next few seconds, in the next few milliseconds, I'm going to be somebody brand new, you know, my brand new old self. Because as the truth is revealed in me, as the Most High revealed to me the things that I should embrace or the things that I should let go, then I'm going to do that. So that means I'm changing all the time. Don't allow anybody to dictate, you know, their life experiences on you to cause you to not be who you were created to be. We talked about purpose, and we're talking about creativity even the now with Kuumba. You know, Kuumba Sasa. That means creativity now. You know, you want it now. You can do this. You know, we teach our children to go to school, to the universities or whatever, or to trade schools, to keep learning, to keep developing. But it's always about developing and retaining for somebody else. You know, they'll go to work for somebody else. They'll search the world looking for the better job. Well, many of them are educated, you know, so we don't teach them about entrepreneurship. Mm-hmm. You know, that's creativity too. And that's dealing with, you know, the cooperative economics, you know, developing your own. You know, you can do this. Don't be afraid. You know, we talked about talk about purpose, and we talked about, you know, the ability to not be mindful of failure. You know, failure is, again, not not when you don't succeed, but it's when you don't try.
Yes.
So if you try something and it don't work, try it again. If you tried it again and it didn't work, then try it again. If you tried it again and again and it didn't work, try it one more again. And if it doesn't work, then maybe try something else.
Yes, exactly.
But don't stop trying.
Don't stop trying.
Keep plugging. And you have many of you that have grown up together, you know, put your resources and put your creativity to the test. You know, hook up with one another. Let's harambe.
Yep.
Yeah, pulling together through unity.
And give them the unity principle.
The unity principle, again, is umoja.
Yep.
You know, that's why we're talking about these principles, and we're talking about, I mean, if you don't apply these things to your everyday living, then we wasting our time.
And you can really connect all those principles. They'll flow in a circle. Everything can be interrelated, interconnected.
Everything. And that could be, but it is. It is. And we should incorporate all of these principles together.
Exactly. Now, we have some people look like they're just kind of coming on, so let's just go back over the principle for the day. It's redundant for those who came in right at 8 o'clock, but we don't want anyone to not know what today's principle is and what it means. So we're just going to go back through it because a lot more people have jumped on fairly recently.
The principle for the day, habaragani, for one.
Habaragani for those who are just getting here. And
the response or the principle for the day would be Kuumba. 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 And it means to do always as much as we can, in the way that we can, in order to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than when we inherited it. You feel it? You feel it? We are accountable and responsible even for the communities the village that you came from. The village that you came from. I don't care if you move to, Farmington, Malvern, or, to upgrade. You're still responsible for the village that you came from. When a lot of people come to America from other countries, they work, gather some of their money, and send it back home, to their people. Not just to their family, their immediate families, but their monies are to help to enrich the lives of those people in the village, in the community. I think we've forgotten that principle here in this culture. We've forgotten, to teach our children, spiritually and culturally. So we are accountable and responsible for, when we ask that question, what's wrong with them kids? Now, the question really is, what's wrong with us as adults? And I'm not just putting it on parents, I'm putting it on all of us, because if we don't embrace these babies as our own, then shame on us.
Well, they say, don't forget where you came from.
That's right. That's right. There's a J-Bo.
What's a J-Bo? A J-Bo, okay.
I was going to say, before she jumped out there, what's a J-Bo? A J-Bo are people. That's a people's group in Liberia, West Africa. And the J-Bo people, and it could be some people in your family, because during our captivity in this country, some had the opportunity to escape. And then some had the opportunity with Elder Marcus Garvey. He was taking people home. Y'all want to go home? Yeah. I have a shipping company, a ship line, that we could take you home if you want to go home. And a lot of our people went to Liberia. There's a elder, Brother Lot Carey, that developed missions. And he was taking supplies and people back to Liberia to establish the place as a comeback spot for us as a people.
So a lot of the local churches seed into the lot carry ministry.
Yes.
Missionary ministry. Yeah.
And they have a proverb that says the fruit must have a stem before it grows. Did you hear that? The fruit must have a stem before it grows. So that means that if our children are not rooted, and I'm not talking about taking them to history, to history. I'm talking about telling them about our story, not from the shores of America, but back to the shores of Africa, and not just stopping at the on the west coast of Africa, where a lot of our ancestors were shipped out from, like the door of no return in Senegal, or in the Cape Coast at Elmina Castle. We're not talking about going to those places that they were taken from. I'm talking about even going deeper than that. Because our ancestors came from, and they migrated all over Africa, but they came from originally the East Coast of Africa. So some were taken, from East Coast to the middle of Africa to the West Coast, and some migrated to those other places that were taken. But in the course of time, before pre-colonialism, our ancestors had some of the baddest empires on the planet. You had to do some research, do some history on pre-colonial Africa before Europeans came. And our children don't know that. They don't know their greatness. They don't know the depths of, what our people were doing and how established they were in the beginnings of time. History has always tried to destroy the self-image or to erase us from the books. So we have to, instill and ensure that our babies get what they need. And they do need to know who they are culturally and spiritually. Ashe?
Ashe.
Ashe.
And you know what? Let's tell them what Ashe means.
Ashe means we agree. Or, yeah, right on forward. I'm down with it.
Amen.
Amen. Just like,
right on.
Yeah, right on. Yeah. All of that. It encompasses all of that, and it's important. And we appreciate you again for allowing us into the circle, into your circle,
yes.
where we ought to be, and within the realm of the circle. That's why drums were created and were meant to be round, never ending. It's almost like dealing with eternity, never ending. Here it is. So, but as we, grow in the circle, let's try to get to the center.
Yes.
Get to the center of the circle. And that would ensure that we're doing the things that are necessary to build us up as a people. And I'm thankful. Now I'm almost saddened that, our talk time is coming to an end. On tomorrow evening, tomorrow night, we're going to, not be doing this, but
after tomorrow night, we will be on 8:00 tomorrow night.
Yeah,
night.
But praying that things will change up so that we could do it in person.
That would be
because there's some things that I know that the Most High has placed in you to share with all of us, and we can't get it like we're getting it. I wish that all of us could chime in from time to time and share some things, and I want it. We need it. That's how we grow. So even our children, and I hope many of you have your grandkids on. Your children. If you have young children, I hope you have your children on. Make them sit through it.
And if this is your first night, or if you've just missed a few nights in between, the replay is on my Facebook page, Barbara Gibson _Sykes. So each night is on my Facebook page, and probably I'm looking at tomorrow is Friday.
Yes.
Probably by Saturday, I've been uploading these videos onto my first YouTube channel. I've learned how to make a YouTube channel. That's the first for me. But I just want the videos to be there at you all's disposal, even if Facebook, I don't know, for whatever reason, they're not there at the point in time. But hopefully they'll stay there on my Facebook page. But I know as other posts are added, it gets pushed down further and further in the feed. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put on my Facebook page the YouTube channel link, and all 7 Kwanzaa moments will be there. So you'll be able to watch them, and you can share that link with others that maybe aren't on Facebook. I know I have some family members that don't necessarily use social media, but I want them to still be privy to being able to participate and watch these videos. So they will be posted in a YouTube channel, which I'll give the link in my Facebook page on hopefully by Saturday. So at any time you can see all 7 of the videos that we've done for you all. And also I'd like to invite you all to my Facebook group. My Facebook group is Gallery Talk with creative photographer Barbara Gibson. And it's just a wonderful meeting place for anyone that enjoys the visual arts. I want to be really clear that you don't have to be a photographer. It's not solely about photography. It's about any of the visual arts. So really what we're doing right now, this broadcasting is a visual art. So anyone that's interested and enjoys visual arts, please, join us at Gallery Talk with creative photographer Barbara Gibson on my Facebook. And my business, my photography company, is Captured Images by Barbara, and my company is on Facebook. My company page is Captured Images by Barbara. So please join me on my company page, join me in my Facebook group, check out my website, barbaragibsonphotography.com. And I just want to again thank everybody for joining us. It's been a pleasure. We've enjoyed this. It's been great, hasn't it?
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah, and so many of y'all have given us great feedback, and I'm glad you all are enjoying it. And please like and share. Share this video with as many people as you can. Not just tonight's video, but go back through the feed and share all the videos. And again, with each night, I've created a photography piece to go along with the day of Kwanzaa. So right now I've got 6 pieces, and they're all on my not the website right now, but they're all in the Gallery Talk group, where you can see those 6 pieces that I've shown so far to go along with the 6 nights that we've done. They're also in my Facebook page, the Barbara Gibson Sykes Facebook page. So please check out my fine art photography pieces that I've done for you all. And again, we thank everybody for being with us tonight. And if I didn't shout you out personally, don't think we don't love you. And we just so appreciate everybody.
For true.
Anything that you want to see? Anybody you want to shout out to?
Yeah, well, I want to shout out to everybody, all my peoples.
Everybody.
All my peoples. Everybody. We see, you coming across, and my teeny weeny cousin, Brother Elijah.
Hey, Elijah, yes. Hey, sweetie.
Hey.
That's our 5-year-old cousin.
Great cousin.
Yeah.
I just want to throw this out there again, some African words. So that when you see the word, you won't be set back, or, like when we do sometimes when we see African words, we'll tear it all to pieces, trying to, pronunciate the thing right. And sometimes because we haven't been exposed to it, at one time, some years ago, they used to have classes around, Swahili classes, because the East Coast and Central Africa, a lot of them utilize, they got creative. Kuumba. They got creative. They knew their village languages. If you're Kikuyu, or if you Maasai, your father Maasai, your mother Kikuyu, they knew the language of the Maasai people and the Kikuyu people. They know the colonized language. If it's English, French, or Spanish, they knew that language. And they know the languages of other people groups around them. So the babies may know 5 or 6, 7 different languages at one time, just as little children, you know. And they came up with Swahili language, and they called it a trade language, so that they could connect with everybody. Everybody had to learn that language so that they could trade, you know, their products and stuff, you know. And the people, other countries that traded with Africa, they had to learn their language as well, you know, to be able to engage the people, you know. So the word mkeka, you're talking about the traditional straw mat that the Kwanzaa display is on.
And you know what? Spell it for them. I just want to apologize, and maybe I can get some help from you all. We realize that when we're holding these words up, it's appearing to you all backwards. So if any of you, you know, really bright techie people, send me a message and let me know how we can recreate our cards so that when we hold them up, you're seeing them, you know, forward instead of seeing them backwards. You know, it's forward to us, but we realize that it's showing on the camera to you all backwards. So if anyone knows how to fix that technical glitch for me, send me a message. I would appreciate that. So we'll have it straight for you next time.
And we'll see, I'm not techie, so you're going to have to continue to see it backwards on me.
We're going to fix it.
I'm sorry. But Mkeka is M-K-E-K-A. And that's the traditional straw mat. The Kinara, it's K-I-N-A-R-A. That's the candle holder, you know, which is, the candles are the Mishuma Saba. Those are the 7 candles that's lit every day for a different principle of the Nguzo Saba. The Bendera, B-E-N-D-E-R-A, Bendera. That's the liberation flag, red, black, and green. The Vibunzu, B-I-B-U-N-Z-I. That's the ears of corn that you have on your display table to represent the children in your family. Now, I said, you know, your children, you know, but you can put your grandchildren up there too. Those are your sons and daughters as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
and nephews.
We say grand, but you know, in our community, in our village, everybody, children, I mean, really, then everybody ought to have about 20 or 30 pieces of corn on the table. Zawadi, Z-A-W-A-D-I. And that's the gifts that the children receive during the presentations or the gathering of the community, the family or the communities during the day.
And examples of some of that we didn't show you all. They don't necessarily do gifts like, you know, go to Toys R Us or the toy store or whatever, but they're big in educational and handmade gifts. So just some examples of some of the educational things that we can provide for our children.
Okay, we're talking about the Kikombe, K-I-K-O-M-B-E, Kikombe, and that's the unity cup. So then we go back to, you know, to the principles. Umoja, and it's spelled U-M-O-J-A, which is unity.
And you know what? Some of you all might recognize that word. There was a Umoja festival.
Used to be in
Portsmouth, just about yearly. I think it may have been discontinued, but it was a really nice, big cultural festival. Yes. African festival.
Kujichagulia, K-U-J-I-C-H-A-G-U-L-I-A. Kujichagulia, which is self-determination. I keep drifting. Ujima. U-J-I-M-A, which is collective work and responsibility. And it's pronounced That U is O-O, G, ma. You Ujima. But it's not a G-E-E, it's a J-E-E, G. Ujima. And then we have Ujama. And Ujama is U-J-A-M-A-A. And that's cooperative economics. We have Nia, which means purpose. N-I-A, Nia. And again, today's principle is Kuumba. Kuumba is K-U-U-M-B-A. Kuumba, which means creativity. And it's talking about all of you. There are writers out there. Yeah. There are poets that are out there. There are musicians that are out there. There are scientists that are out there. It's some creative people. And when you talk about creativity, it's deeper than just the visual arts and hands-on stuff that people make. You know, it's things that
creative thinkers.
Creative thinkers. You know, the builders of, whose mind, and Hotep, was designing the pyramids and stuff, and them boys went off on a tangent. And that's where the real Masonics come from. Those Masons, those guys that knew how to work, the stones, work carpentry, did the hands-on stuff. Hey, some of the baddest in the world, some of the wonders of the world, that creativity, that's all encompassing and each and every one of us. So let your gift flow through, stop holding it back, stop walking around, with that masquerade, in the masquerade, with that false face on, and not, or allowing people to dictate what you can and cannot do. Go ahead and jump out there, be free willing, do what you do.
Yes.
Do what you do. And again, thank you for letting us into your hearts and into your home. And my wife is gonna take you out of here on some Harambe.
Harambe pull together. So as we close out with our Harambe, close fist, hold it up, pull it down from the shoulder, and as you pull down, we're gonna say together Harambe. And I'm just gonna envision that I can hear everybody joining in. So are you ready? 7 times. And on the 7th Harambe, we're going to go down slower and just hold it. So here we go. Harambe. 1. Harambe. 2. Harambe. 3. Harambe. 4. Harambe. 5. Harambe. 6. Number 7. Harambe. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening. Happy New Year to everyone. Wishing everyone a prosperous and healthy 2021. And we're going to stay that way because we're all going to wear our masks. Thank you.
Peace and blessings.
Good night.
Kuumba. Sasa.
Bye.